Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to today's education based Indiana High School Athletic Association varsity boys basketball game. We are at Frankton High School, Frankton, Indiana. It is a vibrant atmosphere. We'll mention the Blue Devils jog out. They've got the blue and white striped pants. And the Frankton Eagles jog out. They've got the red and white striped pants. Almost look like the Indiana Hoosiers, the Bob Knight Indiana Hoosiers. We'll mention tonight's ball game radio coverage is made possible through audiosportsonline.net. That's ASO. That's Rob Kendall. Rob Kendall from the Kendall and Casey Show. Kendall and Casey Show, you can hear that weekday mornings, 9 to noon on 93.1 FM, or you can go to WIBC.com. As mentioned, today's ball game is going to feature the Tipton Blue Devils as they travel. First time this season. They've had two home games. First away game for the Blue Devils. They are here with the Frankton Eagles. Frankton Eagles, just the opposite. They have had two away games. This is going to be their first home game. Both teams are 2-0 on the season. A year ago, in the final game of the sectional, they went at it right here at Frankton High School. It was a doozy. Tipton got the win, 43-42. We'll probably look at something like that tonight. And we'll see how the 6'8" freshman from the Frankton Eagles, that is Ashton Brobston. He is the coach's son. Brent Brobston is the coach. He's also the athletic director. He's above 6'5". He's got another son that just graduated Anderson University. He's in the job realm. He just graduated. You know he's going to get a job, and he's going to get a good one. So we'll mention a little bit about each school. We'll talk first about the visiting team on the scoreboard. That's the Tipton Blue Devils. Tipton High School, they have a school enrollment of 454. They're in Class 2A, Sectional 39, along with the Frankton Eagles. There are 6 in that sectional. In that sectional are Tipton. They're currently 2-0. Frankton, they are 2-0. The Elwood Panthers are 1-0. The Sheridan Blackhawks are 1-0. The Lapel Bulldogs are 0-1. And the Taylor Titans are 1-1. The principal at Tipton High School is Mr. Craig Leach. The athletic director is Mr. Colin Quinn. The athletic trainer is Burke Emmerts. Tipton High School is located at 619 South Main Street, Tipton, Indiana, 46072. You can reach them by phone by dialing 765-675-7431. On the website, you can find them at TiptonAthletics.com. They wear the collars blue and white. They perform in the Hoosier Athletic Conference. There are 9 teams in the Hoosier Athletic Conference. They have an East Division and a West Division. In the East Division, at the top, it's Tipton. They're 2-0. Followed up by Logansport. They are 1-0. Followed up by Hamilton Heights. They are 0-2. And Western, the Western Panthers, also 0-2. In the West Division of the Hoosier Athletic Conference, they stack up like this. West Lafayette, the Red Devils are 2-1. Benton Central, the Bison are 1-2. Central Catholic, the Knights are 1-2. Twin Lakes, the Indians are 0-3. And Rensselaer Central, the Bombers are 0-4. As mentioned, the Tipton Blue Devils are 2-0 on this young season, and as an average offensively, 56 points per game. That's in 2 games. That's an average. Defensively, in 2 games, they give up 32 points. They gave up 23 last night. They gave up 41 first game to Tri-Central. The head coach of the Tipton Blue Devils, we were fortunate. We got to talk with him last night before the game. If you did not hear that, you can go back. You can re-listen to the Frankfurt game. At the very beginning, we spoke with the head coach of the Tipton Blue Devils, Mr. Tommy Newton. Tommy Newton, he's got a 2-0 record. This is his first year to coach varsity basketball. Next game on the agenda for the Tipton Blue Devils is going to happen next Friday, the 12th of December, 6 o'clock JV, 7:30 varsity. The Western Panthers will be at Tipton High School to do battle with the Tipton Blue Devils, and that will be an East Conference matchup. Now we'll talk a little bit about the Frankton Eagles. Frankton Eagles, they have a school enrollment of 531. Their gym capacity right here, 2,400. Looks a lot like a Hamilton Heights former high school, now middle school, and now the Student Activity Center. Frankton Eagles High School, we'll mention there are also Class 2A sectional 39, 6 in that sectional. We did mention who they are and their records. Again, they are the Frankton Eagles, the Tipton Blue Devils, Elwood Panthers, Sheridan Blackhawks, Lapel Bulldogs, and the Taylor Titans. The principal at Frankton High School is Mr. Brett Sanders. The athletic director is Mr. Brent Brobston. And the athletic secretary is Miss Katrina Hunter. Frankton High School is located at 610 Clyde Street, Frankton, Indiana, 46044. You can dial them by telephone at 765-754-7221. On the website, you can find them at FranktonEaglesAthletics.com. They wear the colors red and white. They perform in the Central Indiana Conference. There are 8 teams in the Central Indiana, and they stack up like this right now. Alexandria Tigers, they're 2-0. Blackford Bruins, they're 2-0. Frankton Eagles, they're 2-0. And the Oak Hill Golden Eagles are also 2-0. The Elwood Panthers are 1-0. Eastbrook Panthers, they're 1-1. Madison Grant, the Argyles have not played a game yet. And the Mississinawa Indians are 0-2. As mentioned, the Frankton Eagles are 2-0 on this young season. In 2 games, they average offensively 58 points per game as compared to Tipton's 56. Defensively, they give up an average of 39 points. That's an average for 2 games. Tipton gives up an average of 32. We might be in for a good one tonight. The head coach of the Frankton Eagles, working in year number 18 at Frankton High School, is Mr. Brent Brobston. 273 wins, 154 losses. And the next game on the agenda for the Frankton Eagles, it's going to be this Tuesday, the 9th of December, 6 o'clock JV, 7:30 varsity. Monroe Central, the Golden Bears, will be right here with the Frankton Eagles. And as I look across the way there, I'll read what I see. Frankton Eagles state champions 2017. They were state runners-up in 2015, and they made the Final Four, I believe, in 2019. So they got a state title under head coach Brent Brobston. And we'll mention a little bit about what's happening tonight. We'll mention 9:15 on the pregame clock. The mascot is here. That's the Eagle. He's dressed up in an Eagle costume. Absolutely cannot tell who he truly is. I'm guessing it's a male. He's slapping some 5 right there on the first row. And we'll talk a little bit about the Hoosier Athletic Conference and games that happened last night. Last night in the Hoosier Athletic Conference, December 5th, 7:30 contest. Tipton were home against Frankfurt Hot Dogs. Tipton got the win, a decisive win over Frankfurt. Also last night, Marion, the Giants, they went to Western High School. Marion Giants got the win, 82-54. Last night, Newcastle was at Hamilton Heights. I did hear a little bit about that game. I heard Hamilton Heights had to come back late in the ball game to tie it, to send it to the first overtime. Last night's game at Hamilton Heights, Newcastle got the win, 71-68 in 3 overtimes. Also last night, Central Catholic went against Rensselaer Central. Central Catholic got the win, 68-40. That was at Harrison High School. It was the Lafayette tournament. That was a 6 o'clock contest. And at Lafayette Jeff at 6 o'clock, it was Benton Central 83. Twin Lakes, the Indians 70. That was a 6 o'clock ball game at Lafayette Jeff. And then at 7:30 at Lafayette Jeff was the home team. It was Lafayette Jeff 53, West Lafayette 37. And we'll mention also happening tonight, December 6th, 3 games tonight on a Saturday. They're all 7:30 start times. Hamilton Heights, the Huskies are at Mississinawa going against the Indians. Western Panthers, they are at Frankfurt tonight. And the Tipton Blue Devils right here with the Frankton Eagles. We'll talk a little bit about the Central Indiana Conference boys basketball. Last night on Friday, the 5th of December, there were 2 games. It was Alexandria Tigers 65, Westdale Warriors 20. And then it was also Shenandoah, the Raiders got the win last night at Eastbrook. Shenandoah 48, Eastbrook Panthers 46. And there are 7 games slated tonight in the Central Indiana Conference. And they are at 7:30 start. Blackford is at Blue River Valley. 7:45 start, Clinton Central at Madison Grant. 8 o'clock start tonight. It's a conference game in the Central Indiana Conference. Eastbrook is at Elwood. At 7:30 start tonight, the Eastern Comets on the road at Alexandria Tigers. 7:30 start tonight, Hamilton Heights. They travel to Mississinawa. A 1:30 start, it was this afternoon. A noon game is Norwell at Oak Hill. I do not have the final. And final game tonight, 7:30 start time. Tipton Blue Devils at the Frankton Eagles. We're a little bit behind that start schedule. We'll probably start about 7:45 in that neighborhood. 5:14 on the pregame clock. And I will mention tonight's ball game is in parts being brought to you by Scott Dashaw. Scott Dashaw, we'll mention, while growing up and accepting the responsibility of becoming the young man that hopefully mom and dad could be proud of. A work ethic development that may have begun while preparing daily for that high school or middle school, that last wrestling match on the agenda, and each matches before it. A strong will to want to succeed with a will to please others can be part of the recipe needed to graduate from the desired level of education that you set forth to achieve. From becoming a contractor to doing safe demolitions when called upon, we wish the best for this year's Tipton Blue Devils basketball team, each and every game in and out, as we seek to demolish each opponent. in the game. Signed Scott G, a forever. He's a forever fan of the Tipton Blue Devils. Scott Gashaw, what a gentleman. I enjoy Scott. Quite the nice guy. 3:46 left on the or I should say on the pregame clock. Also bringing you tonight's contest is Los Portales. Los Portales Mexican restaurant. You can join them for elegant dining. They're located at 848 East Jefferson Street, Tipton, Indiana. And they're not too far off the route on your way home. They have exquisite Mexican menu, and you can dine in or carry out. You can call them at 765-675-2383. Again, that's 765-675-2383. If you dine in, they have multiple televisions all through the restaurant. I'm pretty sure they showed the IU game on at least one of those televisions. And I'm pretty sure tonight, more than one television will have the IU Ohio State game on. That's going to kick off about 8:17 p.m. And also, please visit their location in Greentown, El Patron Mexican Restaurant. It's located at 204 East Main Street. They're in Greentown, and they want you to know that they support Tipton High School sports and surrounding areas, which include Frankton High School, and we'll mention Las Portales. They were established in 2009. So back out of the locker room, Blue Devils and the Frankton Eagles. They're back out on the floor. 2 minutes left in the pregame. They're getting ready for basketball. And should be a pretty good game on the agenda tonight. Third game of the season for both schools. As mentioned, first away game for Tipton. First home game for Frankton. And a lot of Tipton fans travel well. And the Frankton Eagles absolutely support their basketball here at Frankton High School. We'll also mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by Encompass Credit Union. If you're looking for a financial partner that's as community-minded as you are, welcome to Encompass Credit Union, North Central Indiana's premier financial institution. At Encompass Credit Union, they believe in putting their members first. Whether you're looking for lower rates on loans, higher rates on savings, or just a friendly face to help you with your financial needs, they've got you covered. You can join them today and become a part of a financial cooperative that truly cares. With branches in Tipton, Frankfort, and Kokomo, they are here to serve the community. That's Encompass Credit Union, where community comes full circle. Visit them online at encompasscu.org or at any of their convenient locations. That's Encompass Credit Union. Clock rolling down, 10 seconds left in the pregame. And both teams in their respective huddles. I got to mention the public address here does a fine job. He's got a perfect voice for what he's doing. I was talking to football coach Marty Wells. He let me know that the PA announcer is the history teacher, and he does a fine job. And people are going to stand right now getting ready for the national anthem. And basketball on a Saturday night. And we're going to remove the headset here, and we're going to listen to the Frankton band. They are on hand. We'll listen to their anthem. We'll set this down. That was our national anthem. That was performed by the Frankton High School Band. You might have heard that flute. That flute was right on tune. So I'm going to mention the starting lineups, and we'll do just the same. We'll mention starting lineup first for the Tipton Blue Devils. They'll start like this. Wearing number 2, 6'2" junior, 14 points per game average, Peyton Aller. Wearing number 4, 6'2" junior, 4.5 points per game average, Quinn Smith. Number 21, 6'8". He's a junior. He got 24 points last night versus Frankfurt. 15.5 points per game average, Grayson McFalls. Wearing number 23, 6'1". He'll play the point guard. Sophomore, he's a quarterback on the football team. That is Quinn Toll. And wearing number 32, 6'4" senior. 3 points per game average, Isaac Humrickhouse. The head coach is Tommy Newton. Now we'll talk about the Frankton Eagles. Frankton Eagles will start like this. Wearing number 2, he's 6'3". He's a senior. 15 points per game average, Ethan Stansberry. Wearing number 3, 5'10" senior. 4 points per game average, 3.5 rebounds per game, Eli Birch. Wearing number 23, he's 6'3". He's a senior. He averages 1.5 points. He does more than that. That's Noah Melvin. Wearing number 24, 6'7" tall. He's a junior. 17 points per game average, 6.5 boards per game, Trey Bennett. And wearing number 31, 6'8" tall. He's a freshman. 17.5 points per game average, 4 rebounds per game. He shoots 75% from 2-point land and 50% from 3. That is Ashton Brobston. The head coach for the Frankton Eagles is Brent Brobston. So they're introducing the starting lineups right now. They're talking about the Frankton Eagles. And basketball on a Saturday night. And we got Alec Weddle. Alec Weddle up there in the balcony trying to get his attention. But he's watching the introductions. We'll try to speak with him briefly during the contest, maybe first quarter break. We'll see if he would like to. So they're finishing up with lineups here. The Spirit section beyond the backboard there. And I tell you what, there's a lot of lights going on right there. Probably cameras from their cell phones. And the lights come back on. Wouldn't that be a bummer if they couldn't get them to come back on? That happened in a Monday night football game. I think it was at San Francisco at Candlestick Park. They couldn't get the lights flickering. They couldn't get them to work right. They had to wait a good long time to finish that Monday night football game. So they're getting ready to jump it up. It's going to be Grayson McFalls. He wears number 21 for the Blue Devils, 6'8". He's a junior. He's going to knuckle it up right there with number 24, Trey Bennett. Trey Bennett, 6'7", also a junior. And this game is about to get underway. 8 minutes on the game clock. 7:47 on the wristwatch. There's the whistle. The toss is good. It's tipped to the backcourt. It's picked up by Frankton. In the front court on the dribble, that's number 3, Eli Birch. But we're going around the perimeter. Bennett. Now with the basketball is Brobston. He tries to pass it down low to Bennett. Goes out of bounds. Touched by the Blue Devils. Out of bounds. It's going to belong to Frankton. They'll bring it in left of the bucket on their own baseline. It's going to be tossed in. Tossed in there by Brobston. He'll get it into Bennett. Straight away, that's Ethan Stansberry. They're working around the perimeter, right side, in front of the Blue Devil bench. 7 minutes, 40 seconds left. We played 20 seconds here in the front court with the Frankton Eagles. With the basketball, Eli Birch. And we're going back out to Brobston. Brobston, 6'8", just a freshman. Out top of the basketball. 23, Noah Melvin. They're working around the perimeter. The Blue Devils playing good defense. Not going to let them penetrate. 7:20 left on the dribble. We're going to back around. That's Eli Birch. Back out top to Bennett. Now Brobston with the basketball being guarded there by Peyton Aller. Working it around. No shots taken yet. We've almost played a minute. Going to dribble in. Kick it back out. Bennett out top of the circle. He'll dribble in. Outside the paint. He'll take a shot. Wouldn't go. Rebound Tipton. Isaac Humrickhouse. So 65 seconds for the first shot by Frankton. So Tipton in the front court. Peyton Aller on the dribble. He'll bounce it out top. Grayson McFalls. McFalls back to Peyton. Guarding Peyton is Ethan Stansberry. They're working down low. Off the glass. 2-point shot wouldn't go. That was Quinn Toll. Out of there. Rebound Frankton. To the front court. Going to dribble in. Stansberry off the glass. Left-handed layup. Good. It's a 2-0 contest. Frankton in front. 6:28 on the game clock. Early going. First quarter here at Frankton High School. Out top of the basketball, Grayson McFalls, he'll dribble around. He'll go hard to the hoop. He'll dribble off the right foot. It'll go out of bounds. Belongs to Frankton. So Frankton going to bring it in from the backcourt. It's going to be tossed in right there by 23, Noah Melvin. Going to dribble to the timeline. Eli Birch, he wears number 3, being guarded there closely by Quinn Toll. They'll work it back around. Out top, Bennett, Trey Bennett, now back out. Point guard, Ethan Stansberry. Works at left side, Eli Birch. Being guarded there by Quinn Toll. Triple threat available. He'll pass out of it. Top of the circle, Trey Bennett. Now back to Brobson, back into Bennett, off the glass, 2-point bucket. They tried that in the first set. Couldn't get it to go, but they did that time. It's a 4-0 contest. Frankton in front. In the front court, Isaac Humrickhouse. Out top, Quinn Toll. He's being guarded loosely there by Eli Birch. They're working left side in front of the scores bench, Peyton Aller. They're working back, Isaac Humrickhouse. He'll take a shot straight away. 3-point shot good. Isaac Humrickhouse, he's happy to knock one down, and I'm happy for him. 5:22 on the game clock. 4-3 contest. Frankton in front by 1. Working around the perimeter. Back out top. On the dribble. Working the basketball. Noah Melvin. They'll work it right side. Now Trey Bennett out top. Trey Bennett, 6'7". They'll work it out to Brobston. Playing 6'8" out behind the arc. Work it right side. That's Eli Birch. Back to Trey Bennett. Now back to Birch. He'll launch a 3. Left elbow extended. Shot wouldn't go. Rebound Tipton. Isaac Humrickhouse on the board. 4:50 left. First quarter on the dribble. Peyton Aller lost the handle. Tip back to Grayson McFalls. Now Quinn Smith. Now back to the corner. Isaac Humrickhouse. They'll get it back to Peyton Aller. Peyton Aller working against him is Ethan Stansberry. He'll dribble into paint. They'll take a floater. They're not going to allow the shot. There's going to be a foul committed. It's going to be whistled on Frankton. So the official definitely waves off the shot. So this is going to be brought in from out of bounds. First foul in the ball game. Frankton Eagles is going to be whistled on number 2, Ethan Stansberry. He has 1 on the dribble. Grayson McFalls gets it back to Peyton Aller. Going to drive through the lane to the corner. Isaac Humrickhouse. 3-point shot wouldn't go. Rebound Tipton. Quinn Smith. 3-point shot in the air. Peyton Aller wouldn't go. Tipped back and picked up in the corner by Ashton Brobston. He'll dribble to the timeline. Spin move. 6'8". Pretty good dribbling exhibition for Brobston. They're working left side, working around the rim perimeter there. 3-point shot, Melvin wouldn't go. That was Noah Melvin. Rebound, Quinn Toll. 4 minutes left. We played halfway through the first quarter. Going to dribble in. Peyton Aller. They're going to call a simultaneous possession. Peyton Aller was driving the lane. He had the ball low, and Frankton reached in. Got a piece of the ball. They called it a jump ball. Alternate possession arrow. They're going to give the ball to the Tipton Blue Devils. Going to be brought in left of the bucket on the baseline. Quinn Smith. Quinn Smith going to toss it in deep in the front court. Going up to High Point. Ends up in the hands of Grayson McFalls. His pass to Isaac is intercepted. Back the other way. Melvin to the corner is Brobston. Robson going to go baseline, tries to pass it to the opposite corner, and the pass is intercepted by Quinn Smith. Back the other direction. Quinn Toll crosses the timeline. 3:35 on the game clock. Toll going to go baseline and pick up the basketball. He'll bounce it in. Tipped away and stolen by Frankton, Ethan Stansberry. So Eli Birch is going to take it across the timeline at a trot pace. So working around the perimeter. 3:20 left. It's a 4-3 contest. Frankton in front on the dribble out top of the circle. Eli Birch, left side, triple threat available. He'll get it back to Melvin. But working around the perimeter out top. Brobson, he'll feed it inside out play. 2-point shot with three-point shot wouldn't go for Stansberry. Rebound out of there. Tipton Blue Devil, Quinn Toll. Under 3 minutes left. 2:55. It's a 4-3 contest. These guys are bound to light up soon. Not a lot of scoring thus far, but a lot of bodying up. And we're going to Grayson McFall. So he'll give it to Quinn Toll. Quinn Toll lost the handle. Picked up by Ashton Brobson in the backcourt. He'll make a pass to the front court. It's tipped and stolen by Isaac Humrickhouse. So Tipton in the front court. McFalls, he'll pass it. Right side corner, he'll dribble in. Isaac Humrickhouse takes a shot in the paint. He got fouled. He'll shoot two. So they're going to whistle this foul on the Frankton Eagles. We're going to have a couple of foul shots. That foul whistled on Frankton Eagle 24, Trey Bennett. He has one. Team foul number 2. Isaac Humrickhouse eyes the first one, long off the rim, wouldn't go. Isaac Humrickhouse at the free throw line. He entered this ball game 3 for 6 at 50%. Couldn't get the first one. He'll try the second one. Second one rims around, falls off, wouldn't go. It's going to be an over the back call. And they're going to whistle this foul on Frankton, rightfully so. He reached over the back, pulled the ball out of there. They're going to whistle this foul on Frankton, number 14, Blake Nickum. Blake Nickum in the ball game. He's a senior. He's 6'5". Blake Nickum going to pick up his first foul in the ball game. He averages 7 points per game. Dribbling in. Grayson McFalls off the glass. Spin move in the paint. Left-handed layup. Taken up where he left off last night. Grayson McFalls, a junior, 6'8" for Tipton. 2:12 left. Tipton goes out in front 5-4. 5-4 contest. Tipton by 1. Out top. Moving the basketball. 14. That's Blake Nickum. They'll dish it back to Melvin. Melvin, right elbow, picks up the basketball. Back out top, Trey Bennett. And they're working back around. Working into paint. Stansberry. Inside out. They're working around the perimeter. Melvin. Now Ethan Stansberry, number 2, out top. They'll work at the Eli Birch. Back to Melvin. 3-point shot in the air. Eli Birch. Shot wouldn't go. Long carom. Picked up there by Nickum. And Nickum saved it from going out of bounds. Tossed it off. And the Blue Devil player goes out of bounds. Going to stay in the front court with Frankton. So Ashton Brobson back in the game. Taking a breather for the Frankton Eagles is number 3, Eli Birch. It's going to be brought in. Side court in the corner. Front court for Frankton. Brought in by Melvin. It's going to be tipped out of bounds. 32, Isaac Humrickhouse. Guarding the inbound. 137. They'll move his position just a little bit closer to center court, but it's still way in the front court. Going to be brought in there. 23, Noah Melvin. He'll toss it slightly backward. Picked up by Ashton Brobson. He'll be picked up at half court by Peyton Aller. 1.5 minutes left. We're in the first quarter. 5-4 contest. So feeding down low on the cut. 2-point bucket. Trey Bennett. Nice pass. And the Frankton Eagles go back out on top by 1. It's a 6-5 ball game here in the first quarter. 1 minute, 12 seconds left. They go to the corner. Kellen Williams in the ball game for the Blue Devils. Kellen Williams couldn't get the 3. Rebound put back. Isaac Humrickhouse. A little strong off the backboard. Wouldn't go. Rebound. Ashton Brobson as Coach Brent Brobson shouts out some directions. 54 seconds left. First quarter. Right side. Ashton Brobson works it inside. Noah Melvin. Baseline picked up there by Isaac Humrickhouse. Noah Melvin is going to dribble the basketball on the baseline. Via the good defense, good help side defense by Peyton Aller. 46 seconds left. Peyton Aller going to bring it to the timeline at a trot pace, right side. 40 seconds. 6-5 contest. Frankton by 1. Out top, Grayson falls. He'll dribble in. He's going to lower the shoulder. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Grayson falls. And that was probably an easy call. So he lowered his shoulder, was going hard to the hoop. And it's going to be the first foul in the contest on Grayson. Grayson's going to take a breather. He'll get an extended quarter break with 32.1 left in the ball game for Tipton. 6'6" Zach Ridgway. Where's number 33? He's a senior. I got to mention again his last game versus Eastern Comets. He was catching passes right and left. If he's going to remember football, he's going to remember that good game he had. And quarterback, Quinn Tolles, going to be brought in backcourt. Tossed in. Ethan Stansberry now back to Ashton Brobson. Going to pick up a screen from Melvin. He'll dribble past, behind the back dribble, Ashton Brobson. And it's going to be a reach-in foul on Peyton Aller. He likes to guard close. Got to be careful. That's just one foul in the contest on Peyton Aller. And a pretty good dribbling exhibition, 6'8", Ashton Brobson. Melvin tosses it in, slightly backward to Brobson. Going to be picked up at half court by Peyton Aller. 16 seconds left. In the front court on the dribble, Ashton Brobson works it to the corner. Stansberry works it back around Nickum. It's Blake Nickum back out top. Brobson, 4 seconds left, way out top. He's going to dribble in. Going to lose control of the basketball. There's going to be no shot to end the quarter. Ball was loose. Tipton and Frankton playing tough basketball. You knew they would. At the end of one quarter of play, the Frankton Eagles 6, the Tipton Blue Devils 5. And we do thank you for tuning in. And we'll mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by Fritz and Fishers. That's fritzandfishers.com. They buy, sell, trade, they'll finance. They have quality cars, trucks, and SUVs. Preferred low mileage and one owner automobiles. They have 2 Hamilton County, Indiana locations. One is in Fishers at 8599 East 116th Street. You can dial them up there at 317-842-2228. Their second location, Noblesville, right there along State Road 32. That location is between Noblesville and Westfield, right there at Mill Creek Road. You can dial them there at 317-773-2232. That's fritzandfishers.com. Visit them online or stop by on site. fritzandfishers.com. FRITZ. So the officials having a little powwow out there on the floor. They'll break up now, talking about something probably pertinent to the ball game, I'm sure. So they kind of forget about their day jobs, and they show up here tonight, and they're working right there. Now, hold on a minute. Hope I'm not talking too much for you. Okay, going to be brought in. Frankton Eagles got a couple of fans in front of me. Frankton fans, and they are courteous. 7:53 on the game clock. 3-point shot. Brobson rims off long, wouldn't go. Rebound, Trey Bennett. It's going to be a jump ball. Simultaneous rebound. That was Zach Ridgway and Trey Bennett. Alternate possession arrow gives it to Tipton. 7:47 on the game clock. 6-5 contest. Frankton in front. Sounds like a football game and maybe a baseball game after one quarter. Peyton Aller on the dribble. He'll hand off. Quinn Smith. They'll work it left side around the perimeter. Try to hand off to Kellen Williams off the handle. And it's going to be stolen by Nickum. And Quinn Smith going to commit a foul while setting on the floor. He's trying to get the ball back on the steal there. It was Blake Nickum. Blake Nickum starts the second quarter. He did not start the ball game, but he's in there now. He's working feverishly. They bring the ball in. Backcourt. Free throw line on the dribble is Ethan Stansberry. He'll work it right side. Back out top of the basketball, Trey Bennett. Trey Bennett working against him. Blue Devil, Zach Ridgway. It's going to be a traveling violation. He might have slid that step. Slid that foot just so much. And they give the ball back to Tipton. Going to be brought in, Peyton Aller in front of the Blue Devil bench. He'll get into Quinn Smith, get the ball back, crossing the timeline at a walk pace. Peyton Aller Playing distance off of him is also number 2, Ethan Stansberry. Out top, Zach Ridgway, stationary dribble. They're working through the corner, Isaac Cumbercow. Back out behind the arc, Peyton Aller. Stansberry guarding the basketball. Working at the left side around the perimeter. They go to the corner, Kellen Williams, he's a freshman. They're going to dribble in, Peyton Aller. Back out to Williams, straight away, going to dribble in, Quinn Smith. There's a collision, no foul called. Ball's loose, and Trey Bennett ends up with the basketball. They blow the whistle, and there's going to be a foul whistle against the Blue Devils. They're going to whistle his foul on 33, Zach Ridgway. He has 1. So second foul here in the second quarter on Tipton. 0 fouls so far on the Eagles in the second quarter. On the dribble, Ashton Brobson. Pretty good dribbling exhibition. His dad taught him well. He's still teaching it. On the dribble, working around Ethan Stansberry. To the hands of Noah Melvin. Now back out top to give it to Blake Nickham. And now Ethan Stansberry straight away being guarded there by Quinn Smith. They're going to go baseline with the basketball. To the opposite corner, three-point shot, good. That was Brobson from the right corner baseline, three-point shot for Ashton Brobson. It's a 9-5 contest. Frankton by 4 in the front court. Back pedal dribble. Quinn Smith trying to get it inside to Zach Ridgway, tipped away by Trey Bennett. Picked up by Noah Melvin. And the Frankton Eagles will bring it to the timeline. It's Ashton Brobson. They'll bounce it right side. Ethan Stansberry. They're working back opposite corner, and Brobson's going to try another shot, same spot. Wouldn't get that three-point shot. Rebound, Zach Ridgway. Blue Devils bring it across the timeline. Isaac Cumbercow to the corner. Ridgway back out behind the arc. Isaac Cumbercow. Now Kellen Williams behind the arc, being guarded there by Brobson. Back pedal dribble. They're working back out top. Peyton Aller. 5:25 left, second quarter. 9-5. Frankton by 4. On the dribble, Zach Ridgway. Tipped away, going to be stolen by Brobson. They go the other way, left-handed layup, uncontested. Ashton Brobson for 2. 11-5 contest. Frankton by 6. 5:06 left here in the second quarter. Blue Devils in the front court, Peyton Aller. Works it left side behind the arc, Quinn Smith. Wanted to pass it, now he will. Isaac Cumbercow's going to dribble in. He'll bring the ball back out. Working against him is Noah Melvin. Going to be a timeout called. Going to be a 60-second timeout called by the Blue Devils. And then we'll see if Alec Weddle, would you like to talk with us for a minute? You sure? I'd love to talk to you. I know you got a new job. You are a basketball coach at IUK, right? You don't want to talk? Tell us a little bit, Alec. A lot of people want to hear your voice. How's it doing at IUK?
Well, things are going well. I actually got back from a game at IU Southeast. We ended up on the losing end today against a pretty good IU Southeast team. But we're looking to get back at it at home on Wednesday against IU Northwest, which will be another really good competition for us.
It's nice of you to be here tonight. Everybody remembers that three-point shot you made from the corner at the Marion Giants, knocking them out of the sectional.
Yep, it was actually a really funny story because on Facebook the other day, our head coach, Echo Barger, up at IU Kokomo, his son plays for the freshman team at Western, and they ended up traveling to Marion the other day, and he hit a shot from the exact same spot that I hit it in that corner three, and the Western freshman ended up beating him that night. So it was a pretty cool moment between me and his son, Ethan, at the time. So it was really awesome.
You are pretty cool, and I love you, brother.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Yep.
That is Alec Weddle. Alec Weddle hit the shot heard around the world. So in the paint there, two-point shot wouldn't go. That was Peyton Aller. 11-5 contest. We're in the second quarter. 4:44 left. Alec Weddle setting up here top row, watching the Frankton Eagles and the Tipton Blue Devils. They're working in Trey Bennett. Trey Bennett off the glass. Credit the entry pass for the assist to Ethan Stansberry. 13-5. Frankton by 8. 4:25 left here in the second quarter. Out top, Peyton Aller works it left side. Quinn Smith. Quinn Smith going to dribble in. Quinn Smith going to try to go off the glass. He'll take the shot. He'll make the layup. They're going to wave off the shot. They're going to say the foul occurred prior to him leaving the floor. And a substitution in the ball game for Tipton. We're going to see number 11, Owen Spidell. Owen Spidell going to check in. Taking a breather is Isaac Hummickhouse. Back in the ball game for the Frankton Eagles is number 3, Eli Birch. Taking a breather is 23, Noah Melvin. So Tipton going to bring it in right in the bucket on the baseline, brought in. Owen Spidell tossed it in. Quinn Smith. Going to say the ball was off the foot of Quinn Smith, goes out of bounds. Working against him was Blake Nickham. They were foot for foot, the official right there to make the call. So Blake Nickham going to bring the ball in at half court right in front of the scorer's bench. He'll toss it in, Eli Birch. Birch is going to be guarded full court there. I should say three-quarter court by Owen Spidell. Out top, Trey Bennett. With the basketball, Robson, he'll let go of it. He'll pass it left side. Three-point shot wouldn't go for Stansberry, but a putback will go. He'll get 2, and he'll shoot one more. That's Trey Bennett. 4 minutes left, straight up on the second quarter clock. It's 15-5. Frankton by 10, and Frankton by 10 still. Couldn't get the three-point play. Rebound, Grayson McFalls. We get it to Owen Spidell. Now to Peyton Aller. Aller going to walk across the timeline, get some instructions from Coach Tommy Newton on the dribble crossover. There's going to be some bumping out top of the circle there. They're going to get Grayson McFalls for an illegal screen. So Grayson McFalls definitely in disbelief. He'll take a breather. Coach Tommy Newton gives him a medium 5. He'll exit the ball game. Back in the ball game, non-starter Zach Ridgway, 6'6". They're going to call a 30-second timeout. 30-second timeout, Tipton. 3:46 left here in the second quarter. 15-5. Frankton by 10. We'll mention tonight's ball game also, in part being brought to you by Indiana Express Rentals. Indiana Express Rentals, when you find yourself looking for that dependable moving truck rental company, that high-quality choice isn't far away. You can call Indiana Express Rentals. They're at the south edge of Noblesville at 1708 South A Street. You can reach them by dialing 317-773-4800. Again, 317-773-4800. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's Indiana Express Rentals in Noblesville. Going to be brought in side court, back court slightly by the Frankton Eagles. Ball's tossed in. Eli Birch being guarded there. Full court by Peyton Aller. Peyton Aller gets screened off pretty severely there. No foul called. Working back in the front court, Peyton Aller. He's a trooper. Out top of the basketball. Birch. Bringing out top. Nickham. Birch going to go pass down low. Trey Bennett going to work his way in outside the paint. Couldn't get the initial shot. Got his little rebound. Went back up. Couldn't get the second shot in the paint. But he'll shoot 2. Couple of big guys in there. Ashton Brobson at 6'8". And then also 24, Trey Bennett at 6'7". He's at the line. He'll shoot 2. First shot, rims around, wouldn't go. A foul whistled on Jace Clark. Jace Clark in the ball game for Tipton. Going to get some words from Coach Tommy Newton. Clark has 1. Second shot up, rims off, wouldn't go. Rebound, Tipton, Owen Spidell. He'll outlet, point guard, Peyton Aller. Aller going to get some instructions from Coach Newton. He's in the front court. Stationary dribble, gets it back to Zach Ridgway. Now back to Peyton. Down low, he'll get it to Owen Spidell. 3-point shot, Quinn Smith wouldn't go. Rebound, Trey Bennett for Frankton. They'll work it to the front court. On the dribble, that's Eli Birch. Where's number 3? Out top, Ethan Stansberry. Being guarded loosely by Quinn Smith. They'll work the ball around. Ashton Brobson. There'll be a rub foul there. They're going to call this foul on Brobson. Maybe it's off the ball. Yep, they're going to call that on Nickham. Blake Nickham has 1. Team foul number 2 on Frankton here in the second quarter. Tipton has 5. So Frankton will shoot on the common foul by Tipton. 2:42 on the game clock. Going to be a foul whistle down low on the block. They're going to whistle this foul on Tipton. I'll take that back. It's going to be whistled on Frankton. They're going to whistle this on Eli Birch, number 3. He has 1. Tipton going to bring it in left of the bucket on the baseline. It's Quinn Smith. He'll toss it in tall. Owen Spidell working against him is Eli Birch. Baseline and take a shot. Wouldn't get it. Rebound fought forward. Going to be picked up by Trey Bennett of Frankton. To the front court, Ethan Stansberry. Back to Blake Nickham. Now Stansberry will take the the points. Out top, working against him, Quinn Smith. Outside the arc, three-point shot, good. Setting up for the shot, that was Ashton Brobson. He's got 2 3-point bombs in this first half. 2:12 left, clock moving, 18-5. Frankton in front on the dribble. They'll go to the corner. Quinn Smith to bring it back out. Owen Spidell around the perimeter, out top now. Jace Clark. Jace Clark going to get rid of it. Peyton Aller out top. Back to Ridgeway, and then immediately back to Peyton Aller. Guarding him out top. Top of the circle is Ashton Brobson. Going to dribble in. Quinn Smith, left-handed layup. Got it. Quinn Smith hits the deck, but he gets the layup. Gets back up in a hurry. Back for defense. Quinn Smith for 2. It's 18-7. Frankton by 11. 1:34 left here in the second quarter. To the corner, Ashton Brobson. He'll work it down low. Blake Nickham, opposite corner. Eli Birch, three-point shot from the left corner baseline. Good. It's 21-7. 1:20 left here in the quarter. Driving the lane there. They're going to get him for a traveling violation. Lost the handle. Might have been a reach in. Couldn't get the ball down, and the official calls a traveling violation on the Blue Devils. Isaac Humbicow is going to re-enter the ball game. Jace Clark is going to take a breather. And then they got 5 on the floor. They'll go from there. Brought in from the backcourt. On the dribble, Eli Birch. Eli Birch to the front court. They'll get it to Trey Bennett outside the arc. He's being guarded there by Zach Ridgeway. They'll pass it down low. Shot wouldn't go. That was Blake Nickham. Rebound, Trey Bennett. He'll get 2 shots. He was fouled on the floor. He went back up, got the bucket. They're going to wave that off, but Trey Bennett will shoot 2. So the foul's whistled on Tipton. And they're going to call this on Quinn Toll. He wears 23. He got his first foul in the ball game right there. So Trey Bennett going to shoot a couple. 21-7. Frankton in front. Bennett at the foul stripe, shooting 74%. First shot, good. So Bennett gets the first one. It's 22-7. 1:01 left here in the first half. We're in the second quarter. Second shot for Bennett is also good. He got both of them. 23-7. Brought in from the backcourt. Quinn Toll crossing the timeline at a trot pace. He'll bounce it left side. Zach Ridgeway. Way out top, being guarded by Trey Bennett. He'll pick up the basketball. They're working out Quinn Smith. Quinn Smith, triple threat. He'll dribble outside the arc, being guarded there by Blake Nickham. We're working back around Owen Spidell. He's got the triple threat available. 38 seconds left. Tipton in the front court near the center circle. Stationary dribble, Owen Spidell. 30 seconds left. Works the left side, well behind the arc. Quinn Smith cut through the lane. Isaac Humbicow. Back out top, Owen Spidell. 23 seconds left. Lost the handle. They're going to call a foul. Whistle blows. The official puts that fist in the air. You know it's a foul being called. He puts that open palm up in the air, and you know there's going to be a turnover. So the ball's going to be brought in right of the bucket on the baseline by Tipton. Quinn Smith will trigger the inbound. Taking a breather for Frankton is going to be number 3, Eli Birch. In the ball game for the Eagles. 32, Landon Jones, 5'11", freshman. Landon Jones. I remember a Lyndon Jones from IU. Going to be a traveling violation in the front court. Quinn Smith going hard to the hoop. Didn't get the ball down quick enough. So it's going to belong to the Frankton Eagles. 18.1 seconds left. Blake Nickham tosses it in front of the Eagles bench. Ashton Brobson going to bring it to the timeline. Going to be guarded by Quinn Toll. Quinn Smith comes over to help defense. 8 seconds left. Ball's tipped on the pass, high in the air. Picked up out of the air by Quinn Smith. 3 seconds left. We're going to take a half-court shot. There was no foul call, and it will not go. And that's going to take us to halftime. Halftime score here at Frankton High School. Frankton Eagles 23. Tipton Blue Devils 7. And we do thank you for tuning in. And we'll mention this game is also in parts being brought to you by Hope Jewelers. Hope Jewelers, they're in Tipton, and they know that precious times are made for precious moments. And Hope Jewelers are there to meet your every special need in the field of diamonds, gold, and silver, etc. Stop in and visit Hope Jewelers. They're in downtown Tipton. They're next to the Diana Theater. They're located at 135 East Jefferson Street, Tipton, Indiana, 46072. You can reach them by phone by dialing 765 675 9720. Again, that's 765 675 9720. Hope Jewelers, they're open daily, Tuesday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. They're open on Saturday, 9:30 to 2. That's Hope Jewelers in Tipton. And also bringing you tonight's contest is Edward Jones, Tipton. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and the encouragement of our student athletes. That's what they receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Kurt D. Hare, that's Kurt D. Hare. He is your Tipton Edward Jones financial advisor, and he understands this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Tipton Athletics and PutMeInSports.com. For all of your investment needs, call 765 675 9535 or visit edwardjones.com. That's Edward Jones, member SIPC. So they're taking some shots down there. They're probably trying to win 2-liter bottles. That seems to be what they do the most at about every ball game. And it's kind of looking like it's Jersey nights, Jersey, a different bunch of guys wearing and girls wearing jerseys. I see a number 28 Colt jersey. That's a big time jersey, Jonathan Taylor. The Colts didn't have Jonathan Taylor. What would they have? They do have Daniel Jones. I did see a Daniel Jones jersey, number 17, white jersey. And I think I see a number 1 jersey, Colts jersey. That's from a while back. He was the punter for the Colts. Now he's got his own talk show on Sirius. And we'll also mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by Jim Dandy Restaurant. Jim Dandy Restaurant, you'll not only enjoy an incredible dining experience, and a Jim Dandy menu simply speaks for itself. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, hot soups, fresh fruits, with a fully loaded salad bar. And even though the Tipton High School was being constructed in the early 1960s, Jim Dandy Restaurant continues to support Tipton Blue Devil basketball and Tipton Blue Devil athletics. Since prior to opening, Jim Dandy opened in 1964. At Jim Dandy Restaurant, good food, good friends, good times. They're open 7 days. Tipton, Jim Dandy. Also bringing you tonight's contest is Ranger Roofing. Ranger Roofing and Exteriors. Is your roof ready for game day? At Ranger Roofing and Exteriors, they know the best offense is a strong defense, starting with your roof. From repairs to full replacements, siding to gutters, they've got your home covered, literally. It's Ranger Roofing and Exteriors. It's locally owned by Jordan Beck. Jordan Beck and his team plays hard, works harder, and doesn't stop till the job is done right. To contact Ranger Roofing and Exteriors, go to rangerroofingexteriors.com. That's rangerroofingexteriors.com. Or call them by phone at 317 361 5'8", Ranger Roofing and Exteriors. And also, tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by McCormick Printing. McCormick Printing Impressions. I would like to take a moment to recognize one of our amazing local sponsors, McCormick Printing Impressions, your trusted full-service print shop that's been helping customers large and small make their best impression for more than 50 years. Family owned and operated, MPI is more than just a print shop. They're the cornerstone of a community providing top quality printing services, and office supplies to businesses and families alike. If it can be printed, MPI is here to turn your vision into reality. Next time you're looking for a team as committed to excellence as the two teams on the court, remember MPI, making your first impression and every impression unforgettable. That's McCormick Printing right there in Tipton. We're over on Oak Street, 618 Oak Street. And I've got written down here, it's kind of interesting. It's human interest about the top 3 national high school boys basketball stat leaders. These stat leaders are on this piece of paper for their scoring. At number 1 in the nation, he's a senior who wears number 5. His name is Jason Crow. He's 6'4", 170. He's a point guard. He's from Inglewood, California. In 6 games, he averages 43.2 points per game. He averages 5 rebounds a game, 5.7 assists per game, and 5.2 steals per game. Keep his name in your mind. It is Jason Crow. At number 2 in the nation, he wears number 45. He's a senior. His name is son Michael Williams. He's a senior, as mentioned, 6'1", 175. He's a guard. He's from Muddy River Home School. That's in Jackson, Mississippi. He's played in 7 games. In those 7 games, he's averaging 34.4 points per game. He averages 14.6 rebounds per game, 8.3 assists per game, and just 3.1 steals. But he's doing everything else. That's son Michael Williams, senior, out of Jackson, Mississippi. And at number 3, he wears number 23. I'm guessing he wears 23 because his first name is Jordan. Jordan Wheeland, he's a senior, 6'5", 185. He's a point guard and a shooting guard. He's from Texas, the state of Texas. In 7 ball games, he's averaging 34.2. Rebounds per game, he's averaging 10.6. Assists per game, he averages 5. Steals per game, 5.1. That's Jordan Wheeland, number 23. 6'5", 185. He's from Chico, Texas. And those are 3 top-notch players in the nation playing basketball at the high school level. 1:30 left here in intermission. And we'll also mention this game is in part being brought to you by Lisa Stokes Bear. Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21. She's got a real estate IQ that will work for the benefit of you. Lisa specializes in residential and corporate relocations. She has a vast knowledge with more than 25 years of question answering experience. Let Lisa look or let Lisa list. She knows each home is precious. Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21. Sheets Company. She's highly recommended. She's a real estate agent or real estate broker. To contact Lisa Stokes Bear by phone or by text message, 317-513-4086. Again, her number is 317-513-4086. Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21. Clock rolling down, 27 seconds. Both teams are in their respective huddles. getting ready for second half action. At halftime, score right now is the Frankton Eagles 23, Tipton Blue Devils 7. Pretty good defense being played in tonight's first half. We'll see what the second half will bring to both teams out on the surface. Gonna work right there. And then gonna work it right there. Alternate possession arrow, gonna give it to the Frankton Eagles. When we brought in right there, 23, Noah Melvin. Gonna put 8 minutes on the clock. Waiting for that. Lights are lit around the scoreboard for zeros. And here we go. And we tossed in half court. Melvin slightly backcourt with the basketball. That's number 3, Eli Birch. Across the timeline, they go to the corner. 3-point shot. Brobston lighting them up here. First shot, 3-point bomb. Left corner baseline by Ashton Brobston. 26-7. Frankton by 19. I should say that Tipton Blue Devils in the front court. Quinn Smith. The spin over the other corner. 3-point shot. Isaac Humrickhouse off the rim would go. Fight for the board. Peyton Aller. It's going to be picked up by Ethan Stansberry. 7:25 on the game clock in the front court. Noah Melvin back to Brobston. Well behind the arc. Picked up there by Peyton Aller. We're working left side behind the arc on the dribble. It's Ethan Stansberry out top. Noah Melvin. Now Ashton Brobston. They'll work it in. Off the glass, shot going to go. Shot taken by Melvin. Rebound out to Birch. Birch dribbles in. Kick it back out behind the arc. Going to dribble in now. 14-footer on the way. Good. Credit the bucket. 6'8", Ashton Brobston. 28-7. Frankton Eagles in front. 6:50 left here in the third quarter. On the dribble around the perimeter. Out top. Grayson McFall, now Quinn Smith. Quinn Smith dribbles in, picks it up inside the arc. Works a skip pass left side. Isaac Humrickhouse. Bounce pass left elbow. Falls in the hands of Grayson McFall. He'll dish off. Quinn Smith straight away, picked up there by Eli Birch. They'll work at the McFall, out behind the arc. Now Peyton Aller, he'll pop a 3 straight away. Off the glass and good. Not sure he called glass. They say that the ATM is always open. We're going to work the ball in the backcourt, back and forth. They're working to the front court. Ashton Brobston. Working back around, tipped away, stolen by Isaac Humrickhouse. In the glove to glass. Shot when to go. Peyton Aller. Rebound. Frankton. Going back the other direction. Ethan Stansberry. Stansberry spin move in the paint. Floater wouldn't go. Tipping the ball back out. Was trying to tip it out. Trey Bennett. And rebounding the basketball. Number 4, Quinn Smith. He secured it well. And he's going to absorb a foul after the secure. And that foul is going to be whistled on 24, Trey Bennett. He has 2. So they bring it from the backcourt. Quinn Smith. Ball's on the dribble now. Crossing the timeline. Right side. Peyton Aller. 5:47. Clock moving. 28-10. They work the ball in to Grayson McFall. He'll dribble in outside the paint. In the paint now. He'll float one up left-handed. Couldn't get the shot to go. But he'll shoot 2. That was land of the trees, 6'8", Grayson McFall, and 6'7", Trey Bennett. Trey Bennett going to pick up his 3rd foul at 2 rather quickly. So Eli Birch going to join the club there, top of the circle. Grayson McFall's first shot, nothing but net. He gets some congratulatories. 21, Grayson McFall entered this ball game shooting 75% from the stripe. He was 6 for 8 when he walked in the door. 5:38 on the game clock. 28-11, and now 28-12 as Grayson McFall nails both of them. 5:37 clock moving. Going to be stolen in the backcourt. Steal and a bucket for Peyton Aller. Aller's there all by himself. Stole the bounce pass from Stansberry and got the bucket. 28-14 in the front court. Brobston going to try another 3. Same spot. Going to go short off the mark. Rebound, Kellen Williams. Kellen Williams in the ball game. Freshman for the Blue Devils. First game versus Tri-Central. He was lighting them up for 3-point land. Going to dribble in to the hoop. Shot going to go. Peyton Aller hit the deck where he's going to get up quickly. And his teammates want him up quickly. They need him on the floor. So Peyton Aller went hard to the hoop. He'll get 2 shots. They'll give him a little breather there, and that foul's going to be whistled on 24. Trey Bennett, he picks up his fourth foul. He got 3 of them here in the third quarter rather quickly. And he'll have to set down for how long, we won't know till Coach Brobson decides. 5:08 left here in the third. Trey Bennett with 4 fouls. Peyton Aller, stripe, he got the first one. Second one, got both of them. 28-16. Frankton by 12. Full court press right there. Peyton Aller, Quinn Smith. They'll pass it across the timeline. On the dribble there was Ashton Robson. From the opposite corner, Blake Nickham. They're going to work the ball around. Noah Melvin now back out top. Back pedal dribble. 31, Ashton Robson. Works it left side. Eli Birch now on around the perimeter. Stansberry back out top. Blake Nickham. Now Ashton Robson. They're going to call an offensive foul at the offensive end. They're going to call foul on Frankton off the ball. They're going to whistle this foul on Noah Melvin. He has 3. So that's 4 fouls on Frankton here in the third quarter with 4:40 left. Tipton yet to commit a foul in the quarter. 4:35. They're going to whistle foul. They're going to have a double foul. Double foul. Boys will be boys. They're going to whistle this on Blake Nickham of Frankton and whistle it against Grayson McFalls of Tipton. So both those guys are going to pick up a foul right there. And that's one way to remedy something going on that don't need to be going on. So Grayson McFalls is going to take a breather back in the game. Here's 33, Zach Ridgway. We'll try a shot in the paint there. Ball's tipped back out. 3-point shot, top of the circle. Was halfway down, came out. That was Peyton Aller. Ashton Robson boards the basketball. It goes out of bounds. It's touched by Tipton. I think it was Quinn Smith. Good defense there by Quinn. Knocks it out of bounds. So Franklin's going to bring it 84 feet. Going to be brought in by Blake Nickham. They'll bounce it in. Ashton Robson picked up there loosely by Quinn Smith. They'll pass it to Blake Nickham. They'll throw it across the timeline. Eli Birch. Now back Noah Melvin. Out top, Ashton Robson. 3-point shot in front of the bench area of Frankton. Wouldn't go. That was Eli Birch. I take that back. That was Ethan Stansberry. And during the rebound, a foul occurs. Tipton going to commit the foul. On the putback, and at the foul stripe is going to be Blake Nickham for Frankton. They're going to whistle this foul on Grayson McFalls, and he'll pick up his 4th. Remember, let me take that back. They say 22. So Kellen Williams picks up the foul. First foul shot wouldn't go for Nickham. I wondered how that could be because Grayson McFalls is not on the floor. But Kellen Williams picks up his first foul, and that's 2 fouls on the Blue Devils here in the third quarter. Second shot, rims out long, wouldn't go. Rebound, picked up there by 6'6", Zach Ridgway. He'll hand off. Crossing the timeline on the trot pace. Quintal crossover dribble. He'll pick up the basketball and work it right side. Zach Ridgway back to Peyton Aller. Just under 4 minutes left here in the quarter. 28-16. Frankton by 12. In the corner, Quinn Smith. He'll work the ball back out. Peyton Aller. Aller on the dribble. Going to work it left side against Stansberry. He'll take a jump shot. Rims off, wouldn't go. Fighting for the board there. Picked up by Blake Nickham of Frankton. He'll slow it up. He'll get it to Brobson. 31 on his chest. Brobson, 6'8". Good ball handler. Outside the arc on the dribble. Eli Birch out top. Noah Melvin being guarded by 23. Quinn Toll trying to get that count. They were counting. Couldn't quite get it. 3:20 left. Ball's in the front court. Frankton Eagles. 28-16. They'll work it in. Tipped away. Stolen by Tipton into the hands of Isaac Humrichhouse. They'll get it to Quinn Toll. They'll dish off. Quinn Smith. Ball's on the floor. It's going to be a jump ball. Alternate possession arrow is going to keep it at the Tipton end of the floor. 3:07 left. Third quarter. 28-16. Blue Devils going to bring it in left of the bucket on the baseline. Quinn Smith going to trigger the inbound. Looking. Guarding the inbound is Eli Birch. They're going to bounce it off of Birch. He goes out of bounds. Not much more that Quinn Smith could do other than knock it off a defender and go out of bounds. So he'll get another opportunity. Again, guarding the inbound is Eli Birch. And Quinn Smith, they're going to call a 30-second timeout. Coach Tommy Newton wants to talk this over. Blue Devils going to have the basketball left of their own bucket on the baseline. 3:07 left here in the third quarter. 28-16. Frankton in front. This game being brought to you by Rutledge Well Drilling and Pump Service. When you think of water, think of Rutledge Well Drilling. Pumps, sales, service, water conditioning, water softeners, iron filters, and trenching. You can call Rutledge Well Drilling. They're west of Atlanta, Indiana, right there on 296th Street. You can call them at 765-292-2315. Again, that's 765-292-2315. They are licensed, insured, honest, dependable, and always professional. That's Mike, Nathan, and Levi Rutledge. And yes, Mike is still the main drip. So they hear the ball right there on the baseline. Quinn Smith going to bring it in again. 3:07 left, third quarter, 28-16. Tipton trailing by 12. They toss it in deep in the front court to Peyton Aller. Aller on the stationary dribble out in front of the Blue Devil bench. He'll work it right side, pick up the dribble. Now, converging there is number 2, right there, Ethan Stansberry. They'll work it left side. Isaac Humry's house. Out top of the basketball, Peyton Aller. He'll cross over in the paint, spin move. He'll go up off the glass. Couldn't get the shot to go, but he'll shoot 2. Nice offensive movement there by Peyton Aller. From the elbow to the spin move in the paint. He'll shoot a couple. They're going to whistle this foul on Blake Nickham of Frankton. He's got 3. 5 in the quarter already for Frankton. First shot, rims around, wouldn't go. He'll get one more. Get some encouragement right there on the lane. Quinn Toll, Zach Ridgway, and Isaac Humry's house. He'll get one more shot. 2:48 left, third quarter. Second shot, good. He got the back end of a 2-shot foul. It's a 28-17 contest. Frankton by 11. Third quarter, 2:42 left. In the front court, Frankton Eagles. Ethan Stansberry in front of the Eagle bench. They'll work it back out top. Ashton Brobson. Around the perimeter, they work it right side, well behind the arc. Number 3, Eli Birch. Being guarded there by Peyton Aller. Looking to get rid of it, and he does. He finds Noah Melvin. He'll work in 14 feet away, pass it to the corner. 3-point shot when he go for Nickham. Rebound Tipton. Peyton Aller. He'll bring it from the backcourt. He'll try to go coast to coast. He will. Shot off the glass wouldn't go. No foul call. No whistle. Back the other direction. 2:06 left. On the dribble, baseline spin. Stansberry. And there's going to be a foul call, and they're going to whistle this on Zach Ridgway. Zach Ridgway in a bit of disbelief. The official kind of tries to reassure that, yes, it was you. So they're going to go to foul stripe. Going to be 2 shots awarded to number 3, Eli Birch. Zach Ridgway has 2 in the ballgame. First shot, long off the rim, wouldn't go. Back in the ballgame for the Blue Devils is number 11, Owen Spidell. Taking a breather is Zach Ridgway. He gets medium 5s all down the bench area. But one more shot for Eli Birch. Second shot, good. I take that back. That was Stansberry. Ethan Stansberry got the back end of a 2-shot foul. It's 29-17. 1:58 on the game clock. Frankton Eagles in front by 12. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Quinn Toll. Could have belonged to Frankton. 1:53 left here in the third quarter. Will be brought in by Blake Nickham. He'll toss it slightly through the backcourt. On the dribble right there, working against Owen Spidell is Eli Birch. Ethan Stansberry, Blake Nickham, they're working around the perimeter out in front of the bench area for Frankton. Back to Ethan Stansberry. Now back to Noah Melvin. 1:35 left. Moving the basketball quickly. Eli Birch being guarded there by Owen Spidell. Out top center circle, Ashton Brobson. Picked up there quickly by Peyton Aller. They're going to whistle a foul off the ball. It's going to stay in the front court. And they're going to say this foul whistled on Tipton. They're going to say Quinn Toll picks up the foul. He's got 2 in the ball game. Team foul number 4 for the Blue Devils here in the third quarter. So they're going to shoot the rest of the way. 123 left. Quinn Toll going to take a breather back in the ballgame for Tipton. Freshman number 22, Kellen Williams. Going to be brought in left of the bucket on the baseline. Going to be brought in by Ashton Brobson, 6'8", looking to toss it in. And then there's going to be a stoppage of play. Evidently might be some blood on a uniform. He's got an overshirt on. Not sure he's had the overshirt on for very long. One of the officials blows the whistle as the ball was inserted into the ball game. He stops play. And the official talking with Coach Brent Brobson. Coach Brobson is the coach right now. He's wearing the coach hat, but he also wears the athletic director hat. And he does a pretty good job wearing hats. So the official's going to talk this over a little bit. Ethan Stansberry has a long white sleeve on that left arm. I'm not sure if the official saw some blood. You know, in a basketball game, they don't want blood. But you can play football all day long with blood all over you. But they're going to stop and talk about this. A couple officials. Talk to Coach Brobson. And Ethan Stansberry is over by the bench area talking to a few coaches for Frankton. He's on the floor. He's not getting anything done right there. And they're going to check his undershirt there. And I'm not sure if they might have saw some red. There's definitely red on their uniform, but they're primarily white. And they're going to send him to the locker room. He's going to have to change his jersey. Evidently, he's got some blood there, and that's a no-no for basketball. It's holding the game up a little bit right here, but it's not that big a deal. Ethan Stansberry went off into the locker room. He's going to change his jersey, his undershirt. They'll be back out to play, and they're going to sub in for him in the meantime. In the ballgame is going to be number 12, Isaac Fair. Isaac Fair, 6-foot sophomore. He scores a point and a half a game. Stansberry is evidently going to have to come back in. We're going to have to wait for the scores bench to come back in for the next dead ball. He takes that undershirt off. He may have a new number 2 jersey. We don't know. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. Coach Brobson, but that still doesn't get Ethan Stansberry back in the game till a dead ball, because he's already been checked in for. We'll mention tonight's ball game is also in part being brought to you by Discount Copies. Discount Copies conveniently located at the west edge of Noblesville, Indiana. That's 46062. They are just behind Pizza Hut and next to Bowl 32. That's along State Road 32. At Discount Copies, they provide set-up services. And it's never too early to think about personalized Christmas cards. Posters and oversized printing also available. If you're planning a wedding, they can print all of your necessary needs. You can reach them at Discount Copies by dialing 317-773-8783. Discount Copies in Noblesville. Going to be brought in left of the bucket on the baseline. Ashton Brobson going to trigger the inbound. He wanted to go alley-oop to Blake Nickham. He'll toss it in. Tipped by Peyton Aller, but into the hands of number 3, Eli Birch. Birch out top, well out top. Working around the perimeter, Ashton Brobson in front of the Eagles bench. Out top, Noah Melvin picks up the dribble. Top of the circle. Works it back to Stansberry straight away. Blake Nickham thought it's about a 3. They get it back to Ashton Brobson. And a ball out top now. Noah Melvin now right side behind the arc. He guarded there by Peyton Aller very well. That was Ashton Brobson. They're going to work the ball back around. 51 seconds left. Third quarter, 29-17. Sounds like a football game, but it's not. Right side with the basketball. Pass it in, Blake Nickham. They'll bring it back out with Eli Birch. 38 seconds left. Coach Brobson probably wants to see the last shot here. Always a good time to practice your postseason during the season. Outside the arc. We're going to back around. Ashton Brobson straight away, back out top. Eli Birch, 21 seconds left. Works to the left side behind the arch. Noah Melvin. Now Eli Birch will bring it back out, being guarded there by Owen Spidell. Now Isaac Humrickhouse. They'll double team And then Birch releases the basketball. There's going to be a foul occur. And they're going to whistle this on Tipton. So that's going to be 2 shots. That's going to be Tipton's 5th foul in the quarter. They're going to whistle this on Isaac Humrichhouse. He has 1. So both teams, 5 fouls each here in the third quarter. 9.7 seconds left. That's the foul line. Number 3, Eli Birch. First shot up and good. Eli Birch, I think that's his first foul shot today. Stansbury was at the line last time I was incorrect. Eli Birch is now 4 for 4 on the season. And now 5 for 5. He's still 100%. We'll bring the ball in. 8 seconds. Crossing the timeline at a quick pace. Peyton Aller, he'll go hard to the hoop. He'll go off the glass. Shot wouldn't go. Tipped out of bounds. Noah Melvin looked like the final guy to tip it out of bounds for Frankton. 1.9 left. The officials are going to talk this over. I hope they don't go to the alternate possession arrow. They're going to give the ball to Tipton, right of the bucket on the baseline. It's going to be brought in by Quinn Smith with 1.9 left. Guarding the inbound, Blake Nickham. Looking to get it in. Looking out there to get it to Tellen Williams. It's tipped away. Shot at the buzzer. Short off the mark. That buzzer shot taken by Eli Birch. And that'll take us to the end of 3 quarters. After 3 quarters of play, the Frankton Eagles 31. The Tipton Blue Devils 17. And we'll also mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by Noblesville Trophies. That's Noblesville Trophies. You can shop them online at noblesvilletrophies.com or stop in, if only to browse around. They're located at 1740 South 10th Street, Noblesville, Indiana. They've got trophies, awards, plaques, and more. They have fast turnaround. Prices are low. They are so low you may want to be a repeat customer. That's Noblesville Trophies, 1740 South 10th Street, Noblesville, Indiana, 46060. They are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., or you can dial them at 317-773-7391. Again, their number is 317-773-7391, NoblesvilleTrophies.com. So it'll start 4th quarter. Getting ready to bring the ball in. Alternate possession arrow. That IU game probably well underway with Ohio State. Get home and see about half of it. Don't really want to know the score until I get home and watch it on the TV. 8 minutes left, 4th quarter, 31-17. Frankton going to inbound the basketball. They have the lead. 8 minutes left in regulation. Conversation mid-quarter. Coach Brobson, one of the officials. They hear the ball in. Brought in Ashton Brobson to the front court. Noah Melvin. And they're going to call him for over and back. I'm not sure what happened. I see the spirit section of the Blue Devils standing in front of me. Couldn't see the footwork. But they're going to give the ball back to Tipton. Going to be slightly in the front court. It's going to be brought in by Quinn Smith. And we're going to see Trey Bennett in the ball game, next dead ball. Ball brought in, Peyton Aller, slightly in the backcourt, crossing the timeline, stationary out in front, being guarded there by Ethan Stansbury on the dribble. Looking to get rid of it. The back pedal dribble, picks up a screen from Isaac Humrichhouse, works it left side behind the arc, Tellen Williams. 3-point shot, Grayson McFalls, short off the mark from left elbow extended. Rebound, Frankton. 7.5 minutes left. Trey Bennett ready to come back in. He left in the third quarter with 4 fouls. He's going to play with 4. There's going to be a foul occur in the front court. It's going to be whistled on the Blue Devils. And Trey Bennett will re-enter the ball game. He's 6'7". Taking a breather is going to be number 3, Eli Birch, 5'10". So they're playing with the bigs on the floor again. Ashton Brobson, 6'8". In the front court now, working the basketball. Blake Nickham outside the arc, guarded there by Grayson McFalls at 6'8". They're working in the paint. Bounce it down low. Ball's loose. Trey Bennett going to regather to go off the glass. Couldn't get the bucket, but he'll shoot 2. So Trey Bennett in the paint. Try to float her off the glass, and a foul occurs. Blue Devils, they're going to whistle this on Grayson McFalls. They're going to say he picks up his 5th foul. His allotment of fouls in the ball game. He'll take a breather, a 7:09 mark. He'll be ready to play next Friday versus the Western Panthers. First shot, Trey Bennett. He'll get one more. 6'7", second shot, good. 33-17. Owen Spidell bring the ball across the timeline. On the dribble out top. Picks up a screen from Isaac Humrickhouse. Isaac Humrickhouse, 3-point shot. Left of center, wouldn't go. Rebound put back for Peyton Aller, wouldn't go. Got his own board, went back up, got fouled. And Peyton Aller is going to shoot 2. They're going to whistle this foul on Frankton. Frankton Eagle can pick up the foul. That's number 31, Ashton Brobson. He's played the whole game. A clean game, just picks up his first foul. First shot, good. Peyton Aller. You'll get another one. 33-18. We're going to see Eli Birch back in the ball game. Eli Birch going to check back in. Taking a breather is Blake Nickham. Low man down on the block is going to be Noah Melvin. Eli Birch going to play behind the 3-point line. So Peyton Aller going to have one more foul. Flies it, rims off, wouldn't go. Rebound, Ashton Brobson for Frankton. 6:52. He's trying to make a pass. It goes out of bounds. Good defense by Aller. Going to give the ball back to Frankton. It'll be brought in this time by Noah Melvin. Going to toss it in. Trey Bennett knocking the ball out of his hands. Isaac Humrickhouse. Going to be a timeout called. Going to be a 30-second timeout called by Coach Brent Brobson. 6:49 left here in the fourth quarter. 33-18. Frankton by 15 here in the fourth. Don't forget those Indianapolis Colts. Indianapolis Colts going to play tomorrow. They'll be at Jacksonville. 1 o'clock start. They're talking about some rain down there. And don't forget, Peyton Manning can play well in the rain. He can win a Super Bowl. But I think that was at Miami when they beat the Bears in the rain. And the NFL swore that there would never be another rain game in the Super Bowl. And there hasn't been. The last one that happened was at Miami. The Colts beat the Bears. 2004. Going to be brought in. Down low. Going to be 2 points scored by Frankton in the Blue Devil bucket. Closest Blue Devil to the ball there was 32, Isaac Humrickhouse. They didn't put the points on the board. They brought up the ball in. They're going to whistle a foul here. So that was a weird one. I'd have to see the replay. But Coach Tommy Newton wondering why that basket isn't counting. That ball went in. They inbound the basketball in front of the Blue Devil bench. And I think it was Brobson. I think it was Trey Bennett. Trey Bennett went off the glass. He thought that was his into the court. He put it off the glass. Nobody around him scored the bucket. And the Blue Devils get credit for those 2 points. And when I looked down there, I saw that Isaac Humrickhouse was the closest Blue Devil to the basketball. So he probably got credit for those 2 points that he didn't score. 6:42 on the game clock. 33-20. 13-point advantage for Frankton. Lots of time left. Going to be brought in. Backcourt. Noah Melvin. Front court. Ashton Brobson lost the handle. I think that was last touch by Brobson. The official is going to say no. Going to say Peyton Aller was allowed to touch it. So Frankton going to bring it in left of the bucket on the baseline. Ashton Brobson looking to get it in. He will. He'll find Stansberry. He'll bring the ball back out and reset the offense. Working against him is Quinn Smith. We're working left side with the basketball. Owen Spidell. They're going to double team now with Quinn Williams. And they're going to call timeout. Timeout. Frankton Eagles. There's going to be a full timeout because they're out of 30s. For a full timeout, 6:28 left, saving the possession 33-20. You wonder when should you call a timeout to save a possession? Timeouts are pretty precious when you only get 5 in a ball game. We'll mention also the Colts next week on the 14th. They will also be on the road at Seattle. They'll do battle right there with that former Viking quarterback. It should still be 4:25 p.m. at Seattle on the 14th. Then they'll take a week off. They'll get that bye week. They'll use it to prepare for San Francisco, because San Francisco will be at Lucas Oil. Monday Night Football on the 22nd of December, 8:15 kickoff on ESPN. Colts are still in the hunt. Don't think they're not. 6:28 on the game clock. Ball's going to be brought in. Front court will be brought in there by the Frankton Eagles. Right in front of the scores bench, going to be brought in by Eli Birch. Guarding inbound is Owen Spidell. Toss it in. Get it to Noah Melvin. Back to Birch near the center court line. Almost stepped on it. Going to be a traveling violation as Birch was trying to get out of the double team. He picked up the basketball. Kellen Williams was there. And Isaac Humnickhouse. Difficult situation for Birch. So the Blue Devils get the turnover. Birch going to take a breather back in the ball game. We're going to see number 14, Blake Nickham for Frankton. 6:20, clock moving. 33-20. Blue Devils trail by 13. Owen Spidell. There's Joe foul line. They go the corner with it. Ashton Robson was there. It's going to go off the hands of Kellen Williams. The official made that call from about 40 feet away. He was on the baseline. He was on the opposite corner baseline. They'll give it to Frank. They're going to be brought in by Noah Melvin. Melvin tosses it in. Blake Nickham. Take that back. That was, yes, Blake Nickham. Now to Ashton Robson. Crossing the timeline, Noah Melvin. Back to Nickham. He'll dribble in. Baseline, Trey Bennett. Bennett going to work his way in. He'll get the bucket. I think he moved both feet at one time to get that spin move, but no call. 35-20. Frankton by 15. 8:48 on the game clock. Straight away, 16-footer. Peyton Aller rims around. Soft roll and falls in. When you're living good, you should. And that's Peyton Aller. 2-point bucket. Timeout. Tipton. Full 60-second timeout. 35-22. 13-point advantage for Frankton, and they'll have the basketball after the timeout. We'll also mention tonight's ball game is being brought to you by AGM Auto. AGM Auto, that's Arcadia, Indiana. If you're looking for that good mechanic, look no further. They can be that good mechanic you're looking for. They do everything under the hood, along with your new tires, and now AGM Auto. No worries, same friendly faces and same quality work. And also, they can now restore classic cars and trucks. They've been doing that a while. You can call them at 317-984-5283. Again, 317-984-5283. Or you can check them out on Facebook at AGM Auto LLC. They're just 1 mile west of Arcadia on 266th Street. That's AGM Auto in Arcadia. We're going to bring the ball in. Be brought in by Ashton Brobston. We're trying to bring it 84 feet. All 10 guys are in the backcourt. Going to guard this basketball to bring it in. They're going to double bring in Noah Melvin. He'll toss it back in to Ethan Stansberry. Stansberry going to toss it to the timeline. Picked up there by Melvin from the corner. I think that was Nickham. Corner shot wouldn't go for Brobston. Rebound putback is good. That was Blake Nickham just outside the paint off the glass for two. 37-22. 5:20 left straight away. Peyton Aller moving around the perimeter. I see Humberhouse. Quinn Smith. Now Peyton Aller. Peyton Aller going to pick up a screen from Humberhouse. The move around the perimeter. 3-point shot in the air. Owen Spidell. Shot wouldn't go. Rebound Blake Nickham from Frankton. Cross-court pass. Going to bring it to the timeline. Ashton Brobson. Blake Nickham. And now Noah Melvin. They're going to be stolen. Soft pass across the lane there. And he'll go coast to coast. Peyton Aller with the steal and the layup. Left side is 37-24. 4:40 on the game clock. Penetrating the lane. Shot in the lane. Trey Bennett couldn't get the shot to go. Deflected. And a steal on the anticipated pass. Under the bucket, 2-point bucket for Frankton. Ethan Stansberry. Credit the assist, Noah Melvin after the steal. 39-24, 15-point advantage. 3-point shot straight away. Left of center, wouldn't go. That was Peyton Aller. Rebound Ashton Brobson to go to the half-court line. Blake Nickham, and then Blake Nickham's going to leave the floor with his feet before making a pass, and then going to get him for a traveling violation. So 4:10 left, fourth quarter. 39-24. Falls in the front court. Peyton Aller outside the paint. He'll go off the glass, get the bucket. They're going to say the foul occurred before the shot. Peyton Aller got the bucket. That was a close one. They usually give you that NBA continuous, especially on that one. So no bucket. They'll bring it in from right of the bucket on the baseline. It's going to be brought in by Quinn Smith. Quinn Smith looking to get it in. He'll toss it out deep. That's Owen Spidell. He'll dribble in the paint. Fadeaway jumper wouldn't go. Rebound, Blake Nickham for the Eagles. Now he'll hand off. Ashton Brobson back to Nickham. Jump pass to the front court. Noah Melvin. We tipped away on the chest pass, stolen by Peyton Aller. They'll get it to Kellen Williams. He'll drive in off the glass. Shot wouldn't go. Nearly got the bucket. He will shoot two. That would have counted. Kellen Williams, freshman basketball player, comes off the bench. He'll get two shots. They're going to whistle this foul. Frankton Eagle, 31. Ashton Brobson, he has two. Left-handed shot, good. Kellen Williams. Kellen Williams, he's now 3 for 3 on the season. Kellen Williams, he's about like an Eli Birch. The left-handed shooter, Kellen Williams. Rimmed around, got both of them. Still at 100%. Kellen Williams. And in the ball game is Quinn Toll. Taking a breather is Isaac Humrickhouse. 3:42 left. They'll toss it in. Ashton Brobson, double team. They'll pass out of it. Noah Melvin, they'll pass it back and they'll dribble in. That's Ethan Stansberry. He'll take a floater off the glass. He knew he was going to get fouled. He absorbed the foul. He'll shoot two. So they'll whistle this foul on Quinn Toll. He picks up number 3 in the contest. The foul strike, Ethan Stansberry. Stansberry started this game at 67%, 2 for 3. First shot rims around and falls in. 3:36 left, 40-26. Frankton by 14. Ethan Stansberry have one more. Got the second one, got both of them. You sub into the ball game. It's going to be 32. Isaac Humrickhouse. Taking a breather is Quinn Toll. Humrickhouse going to bring it in for the backcourt to Peyton Aller. So he'll hurry up the pace. He'll cross the timeline. Trot pace, right side, through the legs, out top. Peyton Aller going to take a jump shot 16 feet away. Way to go. Rebound, Ashton Brobson of the Eagles. He'll get it to Blake Nickham. Back to Brobson. They're trying to break the press. They will with the chest pass. They'll bounce it in top of the circle. Ethan Stansberry down low. Trey Bennett. Trey Bennett all alone. He'll lay it over the rim. A 2-point bucket for Bennett. 43-26. Right side, left elbow extended. 3-point shot off the glass. Isaac Humrickhouse. Timeout called by Coach Tommy Newton. He's going to call a 60-second timeout with 3:01 left. 43-29. Frankton Eagles in front. I mentioned these last night. I'm going to mention them again. My wife let me know about one of them. 10 greatest athletes of all time. At number 1, I think it's unanimous. It's Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, one of the funnest guys I've ever watched play sports, and that includes baseball. Wearing number 45 when he bought that bus for his team. At number 2, Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay. At number 3, Wayne Gretzky, hockey player. Number 4, Usain Bolt. My wife tells me that he is a Olympic runner. I did not know. And number 5, Michael Phelps, swimmer. Number 6, Babe Ruth, baseball player. Number 7, Jim Thorpe, baseball player. Number 8, Bo Jackson, baseball, football. I do wish I'd have seen his whole career. Wish he never got hurt. Number 9, Pele, soccer. And number 10, Joe Montana from Notre Dame. 3:01 left, going to be brought in. Brobson going to run the sideline. They'll pass it opposite sideline. They'll bring it in with Ethan Stansberry. They'll try to get it across the timeline. Blake Nickham with the dribble. He'll pass it to the center court line, Ethan Stansberry. Front court, Noah Melvin. To the corner, Ashton Brobson, guarded there by Peyton Aller. Out top, they're working the basketball, Blake Nickham. 2:43 left. They'll bounce it into paint. Off the glass, 2-point bucket. Trey Bennett, credit the assist to Ethan Stansberry. 45-29, a 16-point advantage for Frankton. 2.5 minutes left, fourth quarter. On the dribble, going baseline, Kellen Williams lost the handle. It goes out of bounds. They're going to say it was last touched by the Frankton Eagles. So number 3, Eli Birch, back in the ball game. Taking a breather is 14. And that's Blake Nickham. He gets a immediate 5 from Coach Brobson. They're going to bring the ball in. They're going to call foul off the ball during the inbound. They're going to whistle this foul against Brobson. And Brobson going to pick up his 3rd. And they're all in the second half. 2:24 left. To the corner. Number 2, playing against number 2. Stansberry, and a shot by Aller. And it's going to get stuck between the rim and the backboard. And you won't see that probably about every 25 games. That'll never happen for a while. So that goes to the alternate possession arrow. And they give it back to Tipton. So fortunate with the arrow there. They bring it into Aller. Being guarded by Ethan Stansberry. He'll dribble in. Atop the circle, Owen Spidell. 3-point shot when you go. Rebound, Stansberry. 2:08. Dribble to the timeline. Ashton Brobson. He'll work it in to Trey Bennett. Trey Bennett going to get an offensive foul as he pushed his way in to number 23, Quinn Toll. Quinn Toll can definitely take that. That's nothing compared to his football season with the Blue Devils. So he'll take a breather. Quinn Toll. Isaac Humbickhouse is going to enter the ball game. Also number 40, Jace Clark for the Blue Devils. Quinn Smith, number 4, going to take a breather. Ball's going to be brought in backcourt. Owen Spidell. Going to toss it in. It's going to roll. Be picked up in the front court by Peyton Aller. He'll save some clock. 2 minutes left. Clock moving. Jace Clark on the dribble. He's going to dribble in the paint. Kick it back out. 3-point shot. Isaac Humbickhouse. Good. Nothing but net. Isaac Humbickhouse for 3. Left elbow extended. 1:48 left here in the contest. 45-32. Eli Birch to the front court. Crosses the timeline. Works on the left side. Noah Melvin. Going to be a timeout called by Coach Brent Brobson. Going to call a 60-second timeout. Brent Brobson. And I will mention Associated Press, Class 2A. Last year, final poll. That's the early season games. At number 1, Wapahani. Wapahani, they're now 1-2. They lost to Muncie Central and Pendleton Heights. At number 2, South Ripley. The Raiders are 2-0. They got wins over Jacksonville and Rising Sun. They're both 1A schools. At number 3, Manchester Squires. They are 0-3 on this young season. Number 4, Park Heritage. The Wolves are 3-0. Number 5, Northeastern Knights. They're 1-1. Number 6, Gary 21st Century Cougars. They're 1-1. Number 6, also at number 6, Lapel Bulldogs, they're 0-1. At number 8, Fort Wayne Lures, they've not played a game yet. They play deep in football. Number 9, Paoli, the Rams are 1-0. Number 10, Providence, 1-0. Number 11, Linton Stockton, they're 1-0. Greencastle at number 12, they're 2-1. And LaVille at number 13, they're 2-1. Ball's going to be brought in. Frankton in front of their own bench. So toss to the backcourt. Ashton Brobson being guarded there by Peyton Aller. Crossover for Brobson. In the front court now. Pretty good dribbling exhibition. Works the right side. Stansberry. Opposite corner. They'll get it to Birch. He will not shoot the three. They'll keep the clock moving. Blake Nickham. They'll move it around the perimeter there. Ashton Brobson back to Stansberry. 1:15 left out top of the circle. Try to tip it in. It'll be picked up in the corner by Blake Nickham. Outside the arc, they'll work it inside to Noah Melvin. It's stolen on the tip. Stolen by Tipton. That was Kellen Williams in the front court on the dribble. Peyton Aller lost the handle. They're going to call a foul. They're going to call a foul. It might have been a little bit behind the time, but probably the correct call. Sometimes if the official waits too long to blow the whistle, he really can't blow the whistle because something like that might happen. But I think that was close enough to the play to blow the whistle. So Peyton Aller is going to shoot. He's going to shoot 2. Frankton Eagles have 5 fouls here in the quarter. Peyton Aller, first shot, good. Nothing but net. We're going to see Zach Ridgway back in the game. Taking a breather is number 11, Owen Spidell. Blue Devils have 2 on the lane, and the shooter, that's Peyton Aller. 58.8 left. He got both of them. 45-34. Bring it in backcourt. Blue Devils going to play full court press. The double team is going to be stolen. Quinn Toll makes the steal on the pass to Birch. In the front court, Kellen Williams to the corner. On the dribble, he'll dribble in. 32, Isaac Humrickhouse. Couldn't get the shot, got his own board. Humrickhouse straddling the three-point line now, being guarded there by Birch. Take that back, that was Ethan Stansberry out top. They'll work it in. Peyton Aller trying to get it into Zach Ridgway. It's tipped away and stolen. And they're going to whistle a foul. Trying to get across the timeline. Peyton Aller, wrong place, wrong time, going to pick up the foul. So that's the 5th foul on the Blue Devils here in the 4th quarter. So they will shoot 2. And Peyton Aller picks up his 4th foul in the ballgame. And I'm talking to an official right there. They're both good. I tell you what, basketball is a good sport. There's nothing wrong with communication, even if you're an official and a player. It's all good. First shot, rimmed around, got it off the board. It's number 3, Eli Birch in the ballgame for Tipton. We're going to see number 11, Owen Spidell. In number 40, Jace Clark. Taking a breather is Zach Ridgway and Quinn Toll. 29.6 left. Second shot for Eli Birch would go. Rebound, Jace Clark. 46-34. Clark going to pass it to the right side. Owen Spidell back to Clark. Thought about a long 3, didn't take it. They go give and go, and Clark couldn't get the bucket, but the rebound put back is good for Isaac Humrickhouse. 46-36. The pass it to the front court, crossing the timeline. 7 seconds. 5 seconds. The ball's deep in the front court. They're not going to shoot again, but Owen Spidell is going to get a little bit too close, and they'll call a foul on Owen, and he'll pick up his first foul in the ballgame. So 2 shots going to be awarded to Frankton. Going to the foul stripe is Noah Melvin. Noah Melvin, he entered this ball game 1 for 2 at the stripe. Noah Melvin is a member of the senior class, 6'3", pretty good athlete. First shot in the air, rims around, falls in. 2 for 3 on the season. He went from 50% to 67. See if he can make it 75%. 2.8 seconds left. 47-36. He got both of them. 48-36. Ball brought in. Long shot. Isaac Humrickhouse at the buzzer. Didn't go. It got the spirit section. And that's going to complete tonight's ball game. I tell you what, both these teams could see each other in sectional play like they did a year ago. Final score here today, Frankton Eagles 48, Tipton Blue Devils 36. We do thank you for tuning in, and we'll mention the Frankton Eagles. They'll play on Tuesday night. This is coming Tuesday, the 9th of December, 6 o'clock and 7:30 varsity. Monroe Central, they are the Golden Bears. They'll be here with the Frankton Eagles. And the Tipton Blue Devils, they're going to have some time off. They'll have 6 days off. They'll be back on Friday, December 12th, 6 o'clock, 7:30 contest. It's going to be the Western Panthers conference game in the East Division. The Panthers will be at Tipton to do battle with the Blue Devils. We do thank you for tuning in. We thank Alec Weddle for being a guest with us in the first half. Alec Weddle is a coach at IUK. He is most worthy. We thank you for tuning in. We're going to bow out of here. And until next time, no matter if you're home or away, if you're doing the teaching and the learning, don't let him go. Keep the fire burning.